Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, exciting times here in Austin. I'm directly in front of one of the many stages. This is a T-Mobile stage. Now, the festival starts just around noon today. That's when gates open, when everyone can start coming. It's supposed to be one of the hottest ACL festivals in over a decade. Like you guys mentioned, there's roughly 450,000 people that will be coming into Austin over the next 2 weekends. It can be kind of stressful navigating around all of these people, and there's a lot of new things that people need to be aware of if you're coming to ACL. So take a look at your screen. For transportation, for those of you who don't know, there is no parking at Zilker Park. To get to the festival, ACL offers free shuttle services that you can get at Republic Square downtown and drop you off at the Barton Springs West entrance of the festival. The shuttle runs from noon until 11:30 on Fridays and 11 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. You can also bike or ride a scooter to the festival. We know scooters are very popular right now. And here is some other information about what you can bring to the festival. Small single pocket bags, fanny packs, and small purses are all allowed. If you don't bring a bag, you can enter through the no bag express lane, which will get you into the festival much faster. And to stay hydrated, you should probably bring a water bottle, but it has to be emptied out before you come inside. Yeah. Now, here's a list of items you cannot bring to the festival: e-cigarettes or any vaping devices, aerosol containers, including sunscreen and personal beauty products, drones or any other remote flying devices, selfie sticks, camping or tent setups, and that includes umbrellas and no inflatable furniture. The park officially opens at noon today. You guys, I think I'm so excited. I'm getting choked up a little bit. Excuse me there. But the big headliner for today, Guns N' Roses, and I want to show you guys, they will be performing at the main stage over here. This is the American Express stage. I know it's dark, you can't see. Guns N' Roses headlining tonight, set to take the stage around 7:30. Some other big performers: Casey Musgraves, Texas native, Childish Gambino, Cardi B, and Lizzo. So it's gonna be a fun next two weekends here in Austin. Back to you.
Always is.
Yeah.
Although a very big weather discrepancy between weekend one and weekend two.
Exactly. Sure. I know a lot of weekend two.
With the only rain you can expect, possibly November rain from Guns N' Roses. Jacqueline Sarkeesian out live at Zilker Park this morning with more on weekend one. Morning, Jacqueline.
Hey, good morning, guys. I like what you did there. Clever move. You know, November Rain is one of Guns N' Roses' biggest hits, and they are headlining later tonight. ACL brings in millions and millions of dollars. Last year brought in nearly $265 million into the Austin economy. That was a $10 million increase than the 2017 festival. Since 2006, it's estimated that ACL has generated nearly $2 billion. Austin police recognize that kind of money can also attract people who aren't interested in the music but criminal activity. Last year, after the first week of ACL, officers worked more than 60 thefts. Pickpocketing was also a major issue, with people stealing other people's phones and money. Because of that, Austin police are issuing a warning stating they will have patrols in and outside of the event. Yeah, so Austin police say they're doing everything they can. They want this to be the safest event as possible. Roughly 75,000 people are expected to be at ACL today. This is the 18th year of it taking place here in Austin. You guys, if you don't have a ticket, you might be out of luck. A majority of the tickets are sold out, so also just be very cautious of any counterfeit tickets. Now back to you in the studio.
That's another good tip too, Jacqueline. Thank you very much.
Weekend one of ACL is going to feel more like summer. It could be one of the hottest ACLs in over a decade. Now, thousands of people are expected to be here. Last year, ACL generated nearly $265 million. That was a $10 million increase in the festival in 2017. Since 2006, it's estimated that ACL has brought in nearly $2 billion. Austin police recognize that kind of money can also attract people who are not interested in the music but criminal activity. Last year, after the first week of ACL, officers worked more than 60 thefts. Pickpocketing was also a major issue, with people stealing other people's phones and money. Because of that, Austin police are issuing a warning stating that they will have patrols both in and outside of the event. In Austin, police say their #1 goal is making sure ACL is one of the safest events. This is the 18th year ACL is taking place here in Austin. A majority of the tickets are sold out, so just be cautious of any counterfeit tickets. Reporting from Zilker Park this morning, Jacqueline Sarkisian, Fox 7 Austin News.
Going to be a lot of sweaty people down there this weekend.
That's right.
This morning, we're getting you ready to take on those big crowds. Jacqueline Sarkisian is live from Zilker Park, where you need to know what you need to know before heading out this weekend. Good morning, Jacqueline. You are now outside of the park because everybody in there is getting ready.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Amanda. We've made our way outside of the park and just take a look at that main entrance. Everything is set up, ready to go. All that's left to do is the people to, show up starting around noon. That's when ACL officially opens. So we were inside. We saw a lot of people setting up, getting ready. The flags were up, those iconic ACL flags. So everyone is just really excited to get this thing going. We know that planning for ACL can be a little stressful. Like you mentioned, nearly 500,000 people will be here in Austin over the next 2 weekends. There's a lot of information that people need to know what they can and cannot bring inside the park. So take a look at your screens. Another helpful piece of information is transportation. A lot of people may not realize this, but there is no parking here at Zilker Park. To get to the festival, ACL is offering free shuttle services that you can pick up at Republic Square downtown and drop you off at Barton Springs West entrance of the festival. That shuttle service runs from noon until 11:30 on Fridays and 11 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. You can also bike or ride a scooter to the festival if you choose so. You can also bring some things are allowed in the festival, like small single pocket bags, fanny packs, and small purses. Now, if you don't bring a bag, you can enter through the no bag express lane, which will get you inside the park so much faster. Bags and backpacks with multiple pockets are not allowed. Lockers will be available for rent near the Barton Springs entrance. And to stay hydrated, you should probably bring a water bottle. It's going to be extremely hot, but they must be empty before going into the festival. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one. Now, here's a list of items you cannot bring to the festival: e-cigarettes or any vaping devices, aerosol containers, including sunscreen and personal beauty products, drones, selfie sticks, camping or tent setups, and that includes umbrellas, and no inflatable furniture. Now, I want to show you guys, there's a lot of these signs posted throughout the area where you go into the park and for the festival. There are no scooters allowed to be parked here, bikes, and of course cars. They will tow your car or bike or scooter if you leave it in this area. You can see they've got barricades set up, in Austin police monitoring people in this area because this is the entrance, so no one will be able to drive through here. The headliner tonight is Guns N' Roses. As I mentioned, the park officially opens for the festival around noon today. There's going to be so many good acts. Amanda, I know you're going to the festival, if I'm not mistaken, and I was curious if anyone else is and who you guys are most excited to see for ACL.
It's a goose egg around here, except
Not going this year.
I'm going next weekend, and I'm most excited to see The Cure because they're one of my favorite bands, and taking my teenage daughter and them, they're excited about Billie Eilish. That's the one. But I feel, Jacqueline, with everything you said, I feel like I'm getting ready for Disney World, honestly. The shuttle, the lines, the restrictions, that's exactly what it feels like.
There's a lot of do's. There's a lot of do's and don'ts, you guys, for this festival.
Yeah, gotta be ready. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Hey, good morning. I'm playing musical chairs, Dave, now. I've got a little farther back from the main entrance, but like you mentioned, it's going to be a hot one. Everyone is getting ready for ACL. That includes law enforcement too. They've got all of these barricades set up, and this is pretty much as far as you can go up Barton Springs. Police are blocking off the main entrance of ACL, making you do a U-turn if you go too far. So ACL, of course, kicks off today. It's here for the next 2 weekends, and this festival brings in so much money for the city of Austin. Austin. Last year brought in nearly $265 million. That was a $10 million increase than the festival in 2017. Since 2006, it's estimated that ACL has generated nearly $2 billion. Austin police have recognized that kind of money can also attract people who are not just interested in the music, but criminal activity. Last year, after the first week of ACL, officers worked more than 60 thefts, and pickpocketing was also a major issue with people stealing other people's phones and money. Because of that, Austin police are issuing a warning today stating that they will have patrols both in and outside of Zilker Park. Yeah, so we've already seen a lot of police officers monitoring this area. Another one pulling up, or a couple right behind me, but they want to make sure this is the safest event as possible. APD says it's kind of an all hands on deck type of situation for this weekend and next weekend as well. Now back to you in the studio.
That's good. We appreciate that for sure. Jacqueline, thanks.
I think we're about 3.5 hours from opening up and those crowds getting in.
Yeah, that's right. The park or the festival opens at noon today, so we're almost there. We're seeing a lot of the employees walking up into the main entrance to get everything ready to go for all of those people. Roughly 75,000 people are expected to be at today's festival, week one of the first day of this festival. There's a lot of do's and don'ts and what you can and cannot bring inside. So we've got a list of all of those things that we're going to run through right now just to make your experience a little better, more fun. So parking, okay, you cannot park at Zilker Park, and in order to get to the festival, you can take an Uber or a shuttle. There's a free shuttle service that is being offered to people that you can pick up at Republic Square downtown, and then it drops you off at the Barton Springs west entrance of the festival. That shuttle runs from noon until 11:30 on Fridays and 11 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. You can also bike or ride a scooter to the festival. And here are some of the things you can bring inside. Well, one of them is small single pocket bags and also fanny packs and small purses. If you don't bring a bag, you can enter through the no bag express lane, which will get you into the festival much faster. Bags and backpacks with multiple pockets are not going to be allowed. Lockers will be available, so you can rent those near the Barton Springs entrance, and just be sure to stay hydrated. It's going to be extremely hot, so ACL is recommending that people bring a water bottle or some kind of hydration pack, but they have to be emptied out before you go inside for the concerts. And here's a list of items you cannot bring to the festival: e-cigarettes or any vaping devices, aerosol containers, and that includes sunscreen and personal beauty products, drones, selfie sticks, camping or tent setups, and that also includes umbrellas. And no inflatable furniture is allowed. We've got a lot of barricades set up in this area where I'm located. This is just warning people that you cannot keep going and driving up to on Barton Springs, because that's the main entrance. The headliner tonight is Guns N' Roses. They're set to take the stage around 7:30. Back to you guys in studio.
It should be a good show. Great weekend for everybody. Jacqueline, thank you.
This morning, Jacqueline Sarkeesian is live outside of Zilker Park, breaking down everything you need to know for weekend one. Jacqueline, we were wondering, are those battery-operated fans allowed? I know you've got the list.
Oh man, say that one more time. Battery what? You cut
the battery-operated fans. You know, the little buzz.
You know, I'm going to have to double check on that, and I'll get back to you. But we do know things like e-cigarettes and vaping devices are banned. Also inflatable furniture. So Leslie, if you plan on going, don't bring any of that stuff. But Austin police are making a very large presence out here. I'm going to step outside of the shot. They're putting up even more barricades, letting people know that Barton Springs at this intersection is closed. So a lot of people making some U-turns, turning around because you cannot go any further up Barton Springs. But Austin police say they are making a very large presence, a known presence, and also some undercover officers will be at ACL. So they're going to be inside and outside of the park. ACL brings in so much money for the city of Austin. Last year it brought in nearly $265 million. That was a $10 million increase in the festival in 2017. Now, since 2006, it's estimated ACL has generated nearly $2 billion. Austin police recognize that kind of money can also attract people who are not interested in the music but criminal activity. Last year, after the first weekend of ACL, officers worked more than 60 thefts. Pickpocketing was also a major issue. We know that was on the rise last year with people stealing other people's phones and money. And so because of that, Austin police are issuing a warning stating that they will have patrols in and outside of the event. Yeah, they want to make sure that this is the safest ACL ever. We know that about 75,000 people are expected to be here today, tomorrow, and Sunday as well for the next weekend. So hundreds of thousands of people will be here. And I want to mention that a lot of the tickets, a majority of them are sold out. So just be cautious of any counterfeit tickets. We've also already seen some scalpers out here. So just be aware before you buy the ticket. Back to you. This could be the hottest ACL in over a decade, with more than 450,000 people coming into Austin over the next 2 weekends. The key is being prepared and knowing what you can and cannot bring inside the festival. So if you take a look at your screens, if you didn't know this already, there is no parking allowed at Zilker Park. To get to the festival, ACL is offering free shuttle services that you can pick up at Republic Square downtown and drop you off at the Barton Springs West entrance of the festival. The shuttle runs from noon until 11:30 on Fridays and 11 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. You can also bike or ride a scooter to the festival. Here's what you can bring inside the festival: small single pocket bags, fanny packs, and small purses. If you don't bring a bag, you can always enter the no bag express lane, which will get you inside the park much faster. Bags and backpacks with multiple pockets are not allowed. Lockers will be available for rent near the Barton Springs entrance. Now, to stay hydrated, you should probably bring a water bottle or some kind of hydration pack. However, they must be empty before going inside the festival. Now, here's a list of items you cannot bring to the festival: e-cigarettes or any vaping devices, aerosol containers, including sunscreen and personal beauty products, drones or any other remote flying devices, selfie sticks, camping or tent setups, and that includes umbrellas and no inflatable furniture. The big headliner tonight is Guns N' Roses. They're set to take the stage around 7:30. Some other big performers include Texas native Casey Musgraves, Mumford & Sons, Cardi B, and Lizzo. We're reporting near Zilker Park, Jacqueline Sarkeesian, Fox 7 Austin News.